have very beautiful country, which is potential for our investors to come and invest in different activities, especially for services and food processing, agriculture, infrastructure, logistics, hospitality. I think these are the main attractive sectors for investors from UAE. UAE, one of the largest investors investing overseas in different countries, and these investments is looking for a good environment to invest in, where the regulations, policies is clear for the investors, and very open economy and hosted for foreign investments. First of all, we are looking for a stable economy and politically stable, very clear policies. There is a growth in the internal economy. There is no restriction for receiving capitals and repatriation of the capitals. There is a clear laws, regulations that organize the business, a stable regulation system, where there is investment potential. Sometimes you find all the legal structure, all the procedures is very easy, but there is no opportunity for investments. But I think Nepal, with population of 30 million, I think there is a good potential for receiving investments and expanding projects. What we heard from the officials today, and also representatives from private sector in Nepal, there is a big need for supply in the market, especially for services and food processing. I think there is a good opportunity for our investors. Well, from the first step we put it in the land of Nepal, we found warm hospitality from the government and from people of Nepal. We have a good relationship with Nepal. The leadership from both countries, they are friends, and they committed to develop this relationship. Our aim for this visit to develop and to implement their vision on the ground. That's why we came here. I think what we see that there is good environment for the investment and good potential. I think it is a stable and safe environment for investors. Today was a presentation from the investment promotion office, where they gave us a full presentation from different sectors, in services, in civil aviation, in agriculture, in hospitality, renewable energy, food processing, logistics, infrastructure. In oil and gas, so there are many potential investment projects.
As I said, Nepal is the best place to invest today. It's never been the best time than today. And Nepal, man, if you see the Nepal has all the things to offer the international investment. UAE being only the 4 to 5 hour let's say journey, is a very nice destinations. in terms of the tourism, in terms of economic development. What Nepal today, we don't have the infrastructure, we don't have industry evaluation, we are really behind in many sectors. So it's an opportunity. We are behind, it means that there is something can be done, everything can be done. Yeah? So we as a business community which we are in UAE, we feel that Nepal has everything to offer today. Starting from the agriculture, starting from the tourism, starting from the infrastructure, they need to build it. And we can actually be an active part to get a success story of Nepal. So that is why we are here. And me as a chairman of Nepali Business Council, we feel that this is our responsibility, it's one of our objective and responsibility to facilitate bilateral trade between Nepal and UAE. So that is why we are here. We had a wonderful, successful meeting with government, and we are so happy to see that the government is equally very eager to develop a long-term relationship, very prosperous relationship, business relationship with the UAE, which is very good. And we have seen the very nice relationship last 2 years since the opening of the UAE embassy. The political relationship has developed a great between Nepal and UAE. So the credit definitely goes to His Excellency Ambassador from the UAE, as well as the leader from the Nepal, to building such a nice relationship. Now the time is come that our relation has from political to move forward the economic relationship, where we as a business council going to be equally the part of to facilitate the bilateral trade. Look, I mean, I think if you see the foreign direct investment opportunity in Nepal and the law today, there might be something need to be changed, which is the government is already recognized, and they are doing their best to modify. In the new law is coming, I think, very soon. However, there is some very good thing is 100% ownership given by the FDI. They have the repatriation of the money is also allowed. The percentage of the taxation is on place, and we are in the negotiation to avoid the double taxation, which is going to facilitate, which is going to be good for both the country. Opportunity is good. Opportunity is really good. We are happy to see that both the side, private and the government side, is eager to go with a long-term relationship. We do identify some of the sector, namely is agriculture, to take the organic vegetable or the coffee or the tea to the UAE. UAE in future require a food securement, because UAE practically is based on the 100% of the food item. So why not the Nepal? Nepal is very nearby, so Nepal can be a part of that, supplying all the vegetable, all the food item that require the UAE. So this is the one part. Second is the dry port, the infrastructure of the dry port. We have the private investor; they are very much interested to make the dry port and logistic hub in Nepal. So there are opportunity. We have also a group of company. We are interested to see what we can do in healthcare sector as well as the agriculture sector, and I'm looking forward to find out and working very soon in Nepal. Just personally, my opinion is in Nepal the best thing to do is a service industry, which can be a tourism, which can be a IT sector, because movement of the product is very difficult. We are landlord country, so it's difficult to send the product around the world. Cost will be a little bit higher. We might be not competitive, but the service can be provided. So IT is one of the sector that I think is we have a good young people. Industry need to be developed. Healthcare sector could be a very good sector to provide the natural healing things. At the same time, the agriculture is a very important. Today, if you want to find the organic product, you will not find anywhere. It's very difficult to get the organic land. Good part of the Nepal is many land was not used at all the fertilizer long time ago, or that they are using the very less pesticide. So it's an opportunity. It's a very big opportunity for the Nepal to export or brand a product as a Himalaya product. Himalaya doesn't require the introduction to in all the world. It's already the brand. So perception is high. Himalaya means the big. Yeah, So this perception need to be branded, that we don't need some different brand to position Nepal in the international market. We have a brand called Himalaya, and that brand need to be positioned in terms of the supplying the organic product, in terms of supplying the services as a tourism, in terms of providing a atmosphere in the financial hub. Like we are, if you consider Nepal, I consider Nepal not as a 30 million population market. I consider the Nepal as a go over India is over the 100 million, and then China. This is two big neighbor market, where India you have a zero tax agreement. You don't have the duty, right? Almost like a zero. You manufacture in Nepal and you just supply whole market in India. Whereas in China you have over the 100 product signed agreement between the China and Nepal that you can supply without paying any tax to China. So Nepal can be utilized a wonderful place to live in, manufacture it, supply it to the two biggest market along with the market of Nepal. So that's strategically geographical region that we have. We have to go in the both the way. Some international investor who could be the NRA Nepali who are living in the outside wanted to invest, and at the same time Nepali private sector also need to move forward and see that opportunity lying in the different part of the world. Now let's consider the UAE and Nepal is Delhi. We have almost 4 to 5 flights. What we are going, and every flight we see that most of them are the labor, yeah, and the flight is going empty. They doesn't have any cargo. So if we negotiate good with all the airlines, they will be able to provide a facility, nice price for to sending the goods from Nepal. So this could be a wonderful 4-hour flight. You have a 4 to 5 flights. So every day there could be a shipment, fresh vegetable, you can send it out. It's not going to be like going through the cold chain and all. It's just a 4 to 5 hour flight. You receive the product in UAE and then you distribute it. So it's so easy. Now what we need to do is we need to make sure that all the documentation, all the certification, everything at the international level, not like in Nepal. Like okay, Nepal we have a domestic market, we can do, but when we positioning to sell organic product or the vegetable in global market, has to be that standard. It is require the packaging, it require the certification, it require the commitment, supply chain, all these things. Now it should not be like just we supply one shipment. It's at the continuations, and that continuations, that farmer need to be get educated. Government has to support them. They need to provide the infrastructure, transportation system, because the farm is not in Kathmandu. It is different part of the, let's say, the mountain area. So how to collect it from there? How fast we can bring it to the Kathmandu? So these all the logistic supply chain has to be properly done in order to have the continuation of the supply, because international market, if you don't able to supply properly, regularly as per the requirement, then you are gone from the market. You are no more. So I think it's a both side the opportunity is from the investor from the abroad, at the same time private sector from the Nepal. We should not always wait for somebody will come and do the investment. We should also come forward how I can market my product globally. So this responsibility, also there is opportunity. So we are here to show them how big opportunity in the global market, especially in the UAE. The water, I think the water is considered as the white petroleum. It's a big asset for the government, and it can change the whole economy of Nepal. Water is something like your age. When you are young, you have to do everything, yeah, and it's gone, it's gone. So unfortunately till today we are not able to feel the value of what we have. Even we feel the value of what we have, we didn't able to utilize that value. We as a Nepal, we need to look into the possibility how fast and how quickly we utilize this asset, the biggest asset of Nepal that we have. Now let's come to the opportunity. When the opportunity comes, the investor point of view, they want the security, they want the stable political situation in the country, they want a commitment from the government. Unfortunately, last 2 decades, Nepal is suffer from that political instability. Now luckily we have a stable government. We can expect that now the government can focus and expedite all the project or facilitate the investor to look into hydropower. Considering the UAE as a market or opportunity in the hydro or renewable energy, UAE is one of the biggest investor around the world in the renewable energy. During our visit to Nepal, Under Secretary His Excellency, he said that we will look into the opportunity. If you have the nice project or feasibility, please send it to us. We will forward it to the respective private equity investor who are looking forward to invest in energy sector. So yes, I do agree with you, the market is big, not only in Nepal but also you have it with India and Bangladesh, as well as the China can be the market. So market, we don't have a doubt that the market has already identified, it is available. But again, this process, the political situation, the facilitation, we have to move aggressively. We are losing that opportunity, we are losing the asset that we have. It is just going, and rather to utilize that power of having the water is destroying flood, not water the maintenance of the reserve of the water is not taken care of. So many things the government could look into the opportunity how to utilize this white petroleum that we have, in terms of hydropower, in terms of even utilizing the secondary in the agriculture, how we can modify, reserve this water and go to the many. We have another way is to mountain water. I was saying again, Nepal doesn't require the brand. We already have the brand of Himalaya. So we have a nice mountain water that can be marketed around the world as a drinking water. The quality of water is so light, it has a lot of the minerals which you will not find in any water around the world. So we have really a big asset. It's all depend on us, how we market this product, how we utilize the water of Nepal, whether in the hydropower, whether in the drinking, whether in the agriculture. We as a Nepali business people in UAE or let's say around the world, we always feel that it's very important for us to have a investment back home as well, because when we come, at the end of the day, it's our country, and the country is progress, country economy is developed, country has a good perception around the world. We will be also considered in a different way. So we have a clear intention that if there is opportunity, there is a way, we will definitely invest in Nepal as well. In NBC, Nepal Business Council in Dubai, we have around 140 business people, and everybody has an intention to invest somehow in Nepal, whether is a collective investment or individual basis. Our group has invested in the past, and we are looking again to invest in sector of healthcare, in sector of agriculture. So we are eager to do that because this is our country, and again, not only our country, its opportunity is there. Our group has a different part of the world. We are in the UAE, we are in the USA, we are in the Australia, as well as the SAARC country. We're doing the business, what we feel is the world is changing very drastically. Everything is now is a digital, everything is now is available in IT. So saying so, doing the business is more transparent today in the world. Doing the business today is more faster, and doing the business is more logical in terms of many things. What difficulty we have today in Nepal is like still the digitalization has to be improved a lot. All the government sector has to go online, which we seen in our neighbor country in India, right? So it will be help to have all the update, everything you can do from the fingerprint today. Today, if you want to progress, has to be in your smartphone. Like you want to have a license, you can go through your online. You want to have the update renewal of your license, you can do online. You can have investment, central bank approval, everything you can go online. So that's connectivity between the ministry, that connectivity between the industry has to be there. So not we go to the office and I don't know what, the bureaucracy, this thing need to be cut. Now what advantage we have is, first we save the time, number one. Number two, we're gonna have the transparency. Number three, there not be any kind of let's say other side, I don't want to say that, but the other side of, yeah. So this all thing we can remove by doing of moving toward the digitalizations, in moving in the IT sector. Today I consider, if as a not only in the government but even in the business, if you are not moving forward towards the digital world, towards the social media, towards the what moving in the globally, we are not moving, we are going to be too much back ahead, not like before. Before the system today is, we are talking about artificial intelligence today. We are talking about the digitalization. Currency is going to the digital currency. So we are going to live in the digital world. Our education system, whole education system in the round is changing. So many transformation has to be and goes to the digital. So what I'm trying to say is, in what I feel personally in Nepal, I think we are lag behind. There is a room of improvement. I appreciate that the government has taken this step. Banking sector has come with a lot of e-commerce facility, digital facility, which is very good, very encouraging, but it need to be goes to the all industry around the ministries. The first thing is, it's very unfortunate that we have a budget and the budget was not utilized. This is something, it means that we are not doing the right job. So we have to, whatever the budget, we have to utilize. Now the sector wise, I personally believe it has to be in each sector. Not only that we will do in the agriculture, we cannot do in the infrastructure. No, we have to do simultaneously, parallel all the sector. We have to develop the infrastructure, we have to do the educational system, we have to do the SME, small medium enterprises industry. We have to do the bigger project like the hydropower. So we have to focus in all the sectors same time and doing everything parallelly, because if you don't have the proper infrastructure, you won't be able to get the connected properly. So and again, the big project like the hydropower is a long-term strategy, which is good, but at the same time economy is also, SME is very important to play in the SME, so we also need to focus in the SME. And all together, if you don't have the right education, you don't have the right skill manpower, you will not get the so education is equally important. So I personally believe has to be in the every sector has to be focused. We don't have one sector that we say, oh, this sector we are great. Yeah, so we cannot ignore any of the sector that you have said to me. I have to say that all the sector require a equally focused to develop the Nepal. Most of the people going to, most of I will say is going to Gulf region is non-skilled manpower, and non-skilled manpower, when you go as a non-skilled, you have a two limitation. One, you will work hard, it's not that, you know, and at the same time your pay is not going to be greater paid. So practically it's difficult situations, but unfortunately we don't have a job back home, so the option is only one to go in GCC country to look for the job. Now the situation is changing. The situation is changing in terms of now economy revolution in Nepal, so hopefully they will get the job here. Now if we consider the another way, like when people is going in the GCC or any part of the Gulf region, they are going as a non-skilled manpower. Now what happening is that by the period of the time they are working in the real estate or the construction industry or any industry, they are developing some kind of skill. So we as a government, I mean, in a government in Nepal, they need to think about it that we are getting some skill set. Whatever the way they are learning the international standard. So when they come back, they have something to contribute to the economy. We need to find out how we can utilize them, non-skilled to the semi-skilled manpower. Now I will not consider the skilled manpower, but definitely they are the semi-skilled. So we gain the skill set, so that can be reutilized to the Nepal. What also we can do is, I heard that FNCCI, they are doing some kind of training. So the small institute, small training technical institute can be created different part of the world, to before the people go looking for the job, at least they have some technical skill. So rather to go as a non-skilled manpower, they can go as a skilled manpower, where they have the better job, better earning and better working environment, and then they can, you know, remittance will be the higher compared to what they can do it. So that responsibility also goes to our government level to develop some small technical institute where they can learn the plumbing, they can learn the AC technician, they can have the different kind of a skill set, which can be utilized and as a semi-skilled manpower.